Good day, guys. What is up? This is Aaron speaking, and welcome to Yoga for the Morning. This is a practice you can use to get your morning started before you get ready for your day. Or if you'd simply like to use a set of movement as a warm-up for your next exercise, you're more than welcome as well. If you guys enjoyed the video, please be sure to pop a like down below and subscribe for more. New classes are coming your way every single week. We'll be starting today in a wide-legged child's pose. So finding your way onto your mat, separating your knees mat width distance. Ideally find your big toes are touching. On your next exhalation, nestle your way down, lengthen the upper body as you spider crawl the fingers forward, eventually softening forehead to mat. Taking a deep breath in as you arrive. And soft with the exhale. Importantly to note, this first child's pose is to be done passively as we find relaxation down through the shoulders, spreading your fingers wide as we resist any urges to move or fidget. Feeling the lower back lift with your next inhalation and feeling the grounding of the glutes towards the heels as you exhale. So we feel the broadening through the upper back, the lengthening through the hips. And if you'd like to take your child's pose deeper, option to walk the fingers a bit further forward as you add that extra lengthening through the spine, deliberate inhalation, and soft with the breath out. Preparing to move. Walking your hands to the right-hand side of your mat, placing your left hand on top of your right, deep breath in, and twisting that left shoulder down, breathing into a side body stretch. Keeping that left sitting bone rooted as you breathe into the rib cage. Final breath in. And change as you breathe out. We walk ourselves to the left-hand side of our mat, placing our right hand on top of left. Conscious breath. Softening forehead down with your breath out. With an encouragement of twisting that right shoulder down. Breathe into your intercostals. Final breath. Slowly come to center, regular child's pose, shift through tabletop position. I'm sure you guys can see my cat is joining me for yoga today. Arriving in your box shape, we spread our fingers wide, index finger facing forward for a few rounds of cat and cow. On your next breath in, come to arch your belly, lift through your gaze, cow stretch. Exhale, tucks your tailbone in, round through your spine, chin to chest. Cat. Inhale to cow, peel the shoulder blades backwards, gaze to lift. Exhale, round, squeeze to cat. Move with your breath. Inhale, cow. Exhale, squeeze, round to cat. Last one, inhale, cow. Arch the belly, lift your gaze. Empty lungs as you squeeze, round, tuck your tailbone in. Neutral tabletop, gently come forward. Toes pose. So our knees are going to knock. Our back toes are going to tuck as we sit towards the heels. Filing a tall and neutral spine here. Together we swim the hands around the back body. Inhale, squeezes palms wrist together. And dropping your head back if your neck is healthy. With your next breath in, feeling as the palms squeeze together. As the knuckles chase the ground behind you, breathe into the opening of your chest. Just for 3, 2, tabletop position. Release the bind, slowly come forwards. Untuck the back toes, your box shape. Next breath in, inhale, lifting left arm to the ceiling. Spot your left thumb. Exhale, threads your left needle, so we ground our left shoulder, anchoring down into our first twist of the morning. Option to walk your hand as far forwards as it can go as you breathe into your latissimus dorsi. Softening with your breath out. Maybe gazing up and through that right shoulder. Slowly coming out, right hand comes under right shoulder, tabletop position. Spread your fingers wide, land your left hand. Inhale to your cow stretch, arch your belly, lift your gaze. Exhale, squeeze around to cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, squeeze round to cat. Last one, big breath in. On the exhale, squeeze around, push the ground away. Neutral tabletop once again. Next breath in, right arm reaches to the ceiling. Deliberate breath. Thread the right needle as you soften right shoulder. Gentle twist on side 2. As you arrive, option to walk the left hand as far forwards as you can go. And checking in that the hips are still stacked over the knees, yeah? Ballooning up the belly, deliberate breath. And soften into your twist, exhaling. Comparing how both sides feel. Preparing to move, left hand comes under left shoulder, tabletop position. We're going to sit back to toes pose for the second round, guys. So, knees knock, toes tuck, gently sit back towards the heels. Really finding that tall and neutral spine as you roll the shoulder blades backwards. Interlace all 10 fingers around the back body. Inhale, squeeze. And dropping your head back once more. For this variation, option to create a little underbite with your chin, yeah? So we're going to be stacking the bottom teeth up above the top. As you breathe into the opening of your vocal tract. Just for 3, 2, tabletop position. Release the bind, slowly come forwards. As you square knees under hips, keep your toes tucked for this round of cat and cow. Together. Inhale to cow. Exhale, squeeze around to cat. Big breath in. Big breath out. Last one, inhale to cow. Exhale, squeeze around to cat. Inhale to your neutral, keep the toes tucked. Downward facing dog, exhalation. Hips high, heels low. Moments to pedal out through the heels as you shake your tushy from left to right. Importantly, spreading your fingers wide in this position. And ideally, the most conducive setup for your downward dog is to have the heels hovering just a centimeter or 2 off the mat. So if it's one of those things where you need to lengthen your stance or shorten the stance of your downward dog, do what feels good for your body. Toes turning 1 degree inwards as you relax, gaze to navel. Option to nod your head yes. Shaking it no. Feel with the breath in as the vertebra lengthen. Sinking chest through shoulders, exhaling. Everybody high to toes as we bend at the knees. Step, jump, float, top of the space. Big toes to touch. Halfway lift as you arrive. And exhale to fold. High mountain inhalation, press through your feet. Rise to standing, palms to touch. Samastitihi, hands to heart center. Bend at the knees, chair pose, Utkatasana, sit back towards the heels. As you squeeze the inner thighs together, the gentle tuck of the tailbone in, allowing for the hips to sink a little deeper. Soften shoulders away from ears. Big breath in. Exhale, straighten the legs to fold. Halfway lift up. Step the right leg back, find lunge. Back knee down, arms to rise, Anjaneyasana. Heavy hips as we sink a little deeper. Checking in that left knee stacked over left ankle. Bringing hands to heart center in this position. Interlace through your palms, take a deep breath in. Extend to push away. Arms will rise, breath in. Little cactus of the arms, open your chest. Arms to rise in. As your Ardha Hanuman half splits, so we straighten the left leg, draw your toes to your face, fingertips land as you fold. Relaxing chin to chest in this position. Softening forehead down as you feel the right hip roll forwards. Big breath in. As you bend the left knee, low lunge. Step back to plank pose, Plakottasana, we hold. Ideally, big toes are touching. Squeeze your belly. Squeeze the peach too. Exhale, lowers knees, chest, chin down towards the mat. Upward facing dog or cobra, deep breath in. Come to downward facing dog, exhalation. Hips high, heels low. Right leg lifts, three-legged dog. Bring knee to nose round for the exhale. Three-legged dog, up we come. Step between the hands, find lunge. Warrior one, left heel roots, arms to rise, big breath in. Firm the traction between your feet, bend through the right knee. Inhale, reach. That's warrior two for your breath out. Extended side angle, right elbow meets right thigh, waving left hand up and overhead. As you work to stack your left shoulder, squeeze your belly to hold this position. Now keep the bend to your right knee. Reverse the warrior, big breath in. Cartwheel the hands down as you step forwards to Uttanasana, forward fold, exhale. Halfway lift up and exhale to ground. High mountain root to rise. Samastitihi, bring hands to heart. Chair pose, Utkatasana, bends the knees, arms to rise. As the body weight draws backwards into your heels, imagine squeezing a yoga block between your legs. And as you sink a little deeper, we feel the firming between our thighs. Conscious breath. Straighten the legs, we fold. Halfway lift up. Left leg to step back, find lunge, back knee down, arms to rise, Anjaneyasana. Heavy hips for your breath out. Ideally, we're feeling right knee stack over right ankle and soft shoulders away from the ears. Samastitihi, hands draw to heart center. Interlace through palms, big breath. Extend to push away, round spine. Arms will up, go up in. Little cactus of the arms, open your chest. Arms to rise to prepare. Straighten the right leg as we fold. Ardha Hanuman. A moment to adjust your stance accordingly. Checking in that the hips are square as best as possible. Ideally feeling dorsiflexion as your right toes draw towards your face. And using every exhalation to soften head, neck and shoulders. Really that upper body waterfall effect over the right leg. Take a breath in. Low lunge is where we meet, bends the knee. Step back to plank pose, Plakottasana, to hold. As you arrive, not only spreading the fingers wide, but really pushing the ground away, feeling that doming through the upper back. Hold for time. Feel the broadening of your collarbones. Exhale, lowers knees, chest, chin towards the mat. Upward facing dog or cobra, breathe in. Downward facing dog for the exhale. Adho Mukha. Left leg lifts, three-legged dog. to the nose and round, shoulders over wrists. Three-legged dog, up we come. Step between the hands, we find lunge. Warrior one, root the right heel, arms to rise in. Heavy hips for the exhale. Squeeze your belly as you reduce the tuck of the tailbone. Conscious breath. Warrior two, external rotation of the right hip. Extended side angle, left elbow meets left thigh. Exhale, reaches right hand up and overhead. Follow the symmetry of your right intercostal muscles. Squeeze your belly. Firm the protraction. Keep your legs, reverse your warrior. Big breath in. Cartwheel the hands down, roll to the right toes. Step forward to plank pose. Halfway lift up. Exhale to round. High mountain breath in. Forward fold once again, hands through heart center, hinge at your hips. Halfway lift up. Toe balancing squat for your exhale, yeah? So we're going to be bending at the knees until the glutes meet our heels. Eventually, can we bring hands to heart center? Find your balance. I'm going to be shifting to twist towards the camera. So guys, hold in that position. Just for 3, 2, Baddha Konasana in this position. Can we open our legs wide? Eventually sit backwards towards sitting bones. Butterfly pose. So we're feeling the soles of the feet touch. And it's one of those things where the closer the feet are towards the perineum, the more of a groin stretch you're going to feel. But if it's further away from the body, the more of a stretch in the outer base of the hips you'll feel. Okay, so pick your poison accordingly. Tall and neutral spine as you roll the shoulder blades back. Exhale, fold as elbows meet your shins. Softening chin towards chest. As we move into the cool down segment of our practice, moments to slow down your breathing. Feeling as the elbows press into the shins, we deepen our variation. Moving towards the depth of your position to squeeze. Slowly coming out. We're going to gently fold our legs together like a book. And you guys should be longitudinally placed on your mat. Okay, so I will mirror you guys. From here, we're going to lengthen the arms out and ahead of us. Tall, neutral spine, big breath. Tuck your tailbone in as you gently roll down. Each vertebra one at a time. Setting up for Setu Bandha or bridge pose. So we're going to walk the feet inwards, knees and feet hip width distance. Ensure your fingertips can touch your Achilles heels, yeah? A moment to wiggle the shoulder blades in between the spine. On your next breath in, drive the heels down, lift up the hips, breath in. And exhale, lowers down each vertebra. Setu Bandha, bridge the hips up. And exhale, lowers. Last one, inhale, charge. As you hold this position. So imagine squeezing a yoga block between your legs. Not only squeezing the belly, but squeeze the peach to hold this position. What's beginning to happen is a semi-inversion through the body. And because of this gentle tuck of the tailbone, it allows for that restorative nature to kick in. Feel the activity switch on your legs. For 3, 2, lower each vertebra one at a time. Knees come to chest for a hug and a squeeze. Bind your hands on top of the shins. Exhale, squeezing knees to chest. Arms open to a capital T shape. Palms facing upwards. Big breath. Legs drop to the right. Gaze twists towards the left. Supine twist. Balloon up your belly, inhaling. And rooting that left shoulder blade as you exhale. Moments to slow down your breathing. Completely feeling passive at the legs, relax the inner thighs. And we change. Inhale, knees and head come through center. Towards the left, the legs will twist. Your gaze will rest towards the right. Big breath in as you arrive. Soften down with the exhale. And when we move into any sort of pose that is done completely passively, the only focus is to be our breathing here, right? The secondary purpose for the body being passive is to not only allow breath, but gravity to do the work for you, yeah? So relax between the inner thighs, the upper body too. Big breath in. Feeling that right shoulder blade ground. Inhale, knees and head come through center. Happy baby is where we finish. So we're going to be stacking the feet above the knees. We're going to take a little peace finger bind between our big toes. On your exhale, squeezing knees towards armpits. And that gentle sway from left to right. In your happy baby, can you ensure that your sacrum is grounded? Retracted shoulder blades in this position. A gentle tuck of the chin. And if you're wondering why it's called happy baby, bringing a gentle smile to the face. For 3, 2, knees come to chest, final hug and a squeeze. Shavasana, corpse pose is where we meet. Lengthen the legs long to the bottom of your mat. Let your heels flop open. Arms resting alongside the body, palms facing upwards. Close your eyes, relax your gaze. Deep breath in here. And a gentle sigh. Full breath in. Gentle sigh. Last one, big breath. Let it go. Sigh everything out. Shavasana is the most important pose of your practice. I emphasize for you guys to take your time here. Feel free to stay here as long as you would like. I hope you guys enjoyed your morning practice today. New classes coming to your way every single week. Namaste.